Lads, it's Nketiah season. Eddie Nketiah yesterday may have just scored the best hat-trick I've ever seen. First goal was a touch inside from a great ball from Declan Rice, but still a ball that was going at maximum speed and he still managed to get that under control. Very reminiscent to Dennis Bergkamp's goal against Newcastle, but I wouldn't take it that far. The second goal, pouncing on the goalkeeper's mistake and absolutely twatting it in the top bins. But speaking of top bins, that third goal, my God, rifles it into the top left corner that time, and that rounded off a perfect hat-trick as far as I'm concerned. But hold up, that is not the point of today's video. Should Eddie Nketiah be the main striker at Arsenal Football Club? I've seen a lot of people discuss about this on Twitter, so I decided, you know what, let me have my view on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and you know what, one more time. Okay, that's enough. Of course, Nketiah so far this season is actually our top scorer, which is something that I didn't see coming, but there we go. He is our top scorer because of that hat-trick, currently on 5 goals. And you know what, there has been times this season where he's won an important penalty, scored an important goal, although he is Marmite at times. Some people love him and the others, you know, adore him. But let's dive straight into the point. Should Nketiah be our main striker from now until the end of the season? And one word answer only, no. He shouldn't be starting ahead of Jesus, because of course we had this buzzword last season about the fact he should be starting ahead of Jesus when he was scoring for fun against Brighton, Oxford, Man United, and then all of a sudden he could not keep that consistency going for games against Villa, Everton, all of them teams that were involved in our schedule, and those were games that we did miss Jesus, and he was on a goal drought at that point, and there's still been games where he has been rather disappointing and he's not made an impact in the game. But what I will say, I'm not saying, you know, he should be sold or anything. If he wants to be part of the squad, say if we do bring in an Ivan Toney, for example, then he's more than welcome to stay as a squad player. This is what we have a squad for, to participate in these major honours, or if we want to compete for the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, so we can then rotate these fringe players in who want to be given an opportunity in the first 11. Believe it or not, when Nketiah was actually our #1 priority up top, we bottled top 4 when we had a great opportunity to do so. However, when Jesus came in, he changed the culture of Arsenal Football Club. He levelled up the standards from challenging the top 4 to league titles. And I know we didn't win the league title last season, but it's a sign of, you know, what happens when we do sign players who are willing to win and understand, you know, the concept of winning Champions Leagues, Premier Leagues, and major honours. I will say this now though, I think Nketiah is a little bit better than Jesus prolifically, but Jesus for me is much more threatening in terms of bringing others into play. People say it's ghosting. It's not ghosting when you're bringing others who are supposedly your best players. You want them to turn up in big moments, and if Jesus is doing that, although he's not scoring, then you're doing something right, aren't you? And I think we are forgetting that Gabriel Jesus is our top scorer so far this season in the Champions League. In fact, he's one of the top scorers in the competition for a start. And you know what, if it was up to me, between Nketiah and Jesus to start in a Champions League final tomorrow, it would definitely be Gabriel Jesus, hands down. And let me ask you something right now. If Jesus came from the academy and Nketiah signed from Man City, who do you reckon will be slandered the most? Leave it in the comment section down below. And also, who would you go for? Of course, I've got to back my guy Jesus because he is, in my opinion, all round a better player than Nketiah. But of course, let the comments decide.